Hi, I'm Kannan and I'm gonna show you how to make a dimming LED on this project. All you need is one Arduino board, few jumper wires, male to male connection, and one pot. Pot is nothing but a variable resistor. This is 10k part, 10k ohm, and we need one LED and one resistance and one breadboard. If you see the previous video, I've explained how to connect this LED and the resistance. So now we'll see how to make this dimming project. This dimming tutorial is nothing but how to control an LED with use of pot, and we'll see the coding how to write that in the Arduino IDE. Now for that we need to choose a pin where the input is A0. A0 is nothing but an analog input, and I'm going to choose 9th pin. Why 9th pin? Because that is a PWM output. We can use that pin as PWM output, that is 9th pin. And I'll show you how to connect this first, then we'll see how to write a program. To connect a pot, you need your pot has 3 pins. One is end pin and starting pin. Middle pin is where you get the output. This is variable resistor. You may see that as a volume control. Like, see, if I change this or if I rotate this will become high resistance to low resistance. You can vary that. So that is why this is called as a variable resistance by other name. And in industry, these people will call as pot. So we'll find, for that you need to give 5-volt power supply. 1, 2, 3, 5. This is 5-volt power supply at one end. Second would be the ground. The final last pin would be going to the ground, and I'm taking an input as A0, so I'll put that middle pin into A0. For the LED connection, I am connecting at 9th pin. So that is 8th and this is 9th, because that is PWM input that I told you last time. And we'll connect this to your positive of your breadboard. See, I'm connecting over here. Positive side, that is an output of your 9th pin. And you have to connect a ground to it. This is the connecting diagram that we have to do it before writing a code. So now we have defined the 9th pin because that is a PWM pin and input as A0. Now we'll see how to write a program for this connection or this particular project. I am going towards the screen. We'll see how to write it. Okay, now we'll write a program for the dimming LED. For that you need to go for a new page as usual. So for that there will be a general structure like void setup and void loop. You can actually delete this comment section. Now we'll declare our LED pin as 9. that is because of 9 is PWM input. So what we can do, we'll assign a 9 pin for the LED. So that is to be const int. I'll name that LED as LED, and I'll assign this LED character to 9th pin. That is a digital, but it is a PWM pin. So again we'll assign for the A0, that means const int, we'll name it as pot. You can name whatever you want, but I'm naming as a pot, that is equal to 0. So now we have assigned a pin, and I'll write a void setup program, that is nothing but pin mode MODE M capital, and this as LED comma as input, right? LED is output, PUT, and the same thing for the pot, pin mode POT comma, this is input. So now we have declared this. We'll write a void loop program. What we have to do is we have to let's say we have to we have to write a void loop section where we need to read the signal from the pot. So what A0 is nothing but an analog input, so we have to write an analog read, analog read. Analog read is a code, and we'll read this pot POT, and what we'll do, we'll save this into val. So we'll declare this val int val, that is equal to 0. And there is another thing is here, we'll write as a serial begin S as capital dot begin BEGIN. That would be a serial output where you can take it directly from the Arduino board to your computer. That bandwidth is 9600. Now you can actually print this and see this output in our laptop itself as a serial input. It will take and it will print it on the screen. For that you need to write a serial print, serial dot print or print ln. Print ln is nothing but a next line. I'll print this value. We'll see the output by uploading only this program. See, now I'm connecting this Arduino board, and what I'm doing, I'm going to upload this. Now the program is uploaded. We can open this serial monitor, that is the button. If you click it, what will happen is one screen will open, and this value of the resistors over here, if you see, if I give, see, if I rotate, it is increasing, right? This is how it is. So the maximum value will be 1023. That is what your value will be. If I rotate again and again, like let's say now it goes to 0. Let's say now it goes to 0, and here if I change it, you can see the screen. The maximum value that it will generate would be 1023. Okay. Now what we have done, we have written a program where the input is taken from the Arduino, and the Arduino board is communicating to your computer, and which is monitored in your serial monitor. Like let's say this is serial monitor, where you will actually monitor all the output of that. Now what we'll do, now we know how to read this input, and we'll see how to write a program for a dimming LED. That is our project, right? Okay, for a dimming LED, all you need to do is you need to map this input. The input we are getting it from the pot. So the command code is mapping, M-A-P. Map is the command code. You are reading this pot. You're reading this part, and now we know the maximum output that we'll get is 1025. So that is 0 to 0, 1025. That is what we are getting maximum, right? So we'll put that into that maximum spectrum, and we'll go for 255 to 0. So what does it mean is, this map function, what it will do, it will read this analog read of that pot, whatever that we have connected to the Arduino, and that will that frequency is all around, that bandwidth is 0 to 1025, right? That will convert that into 255 to 0. So the output right now what you are getting it will be optimized between that range, like 225 to 0. So what I'm doing, I'll do after that we should write analog write, A-N-A-L-O-G-W-R-I-T, analog write. What we're going to write, we're going to write that value to your LED. So what we'll do, LED, comma, VAL, and we'll give some delay of like 100 milliseconds. So what will happen is, now you have mapped this input whatever you have given, that to 225 to 0, and we'll write that analog write value to this LED. So what will happen is, that will reduce the voltage of your LED, so it will start dimming. And I've given this delay because it will be the program won't start again and again. It takes a little bit time, so I'm giving that 100, or you can go even less, like 50 microseconds, or not less than 50. So we'll see how to we'll write this program to your Arduino, and then we'll check the output. Okay, now we have actually uploaded this program. You can see if I actually change the value, it is getting dimmed, right? So you can see the potential meter, if I change the value, actually changes. At the same time the dimness of your LED is changing. So this is called a dim and bright program, where you can control and voltage by giving as a input as this small potential meter, where you can control anything, like for example you can control a motor, you can control the light and all those things. Okay, now we have seen the output. What we'll do, all these tutorials will come together to make one small project, where all this programs that we have done will apply in one project and make it as a single product. Let's say for water level indicator, or how to control the motor, such kind of projects will be. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.